Hello everybody, it's Mrs. Gilbert here. We're looking at Year 1 Maths this week. I'm going to show you how to add 1 and 2 digit numbers to 20 using a tens frame. Now you should recognise a tens frame if you're in Year 1. You will notice that my tens frame has got 2 sets of 10 on there because we're going to need both of them this week because we were going to be adding numbers up to 20. So we'll need that tens frame and that tens frame. Now the things I've got today to help me with that are a whiteboard with some numbers across the top. I've got a number line that goes all the way up to 20, which I might need or I might not. And I've got some whiteboard pens, but you could use paper and a pencil, whatever you've got that's handy. And tens frames are very easy to make. You could just draw one very quickly on a piece of paper. Now, I'm going to have a look a little bit closely now at those numbers that I'd written on the top of the board. So I've got 5, 9, 8, 6, 7, 10, 11 and 4. Now those numbers are just random numbers, but they are smaller than 20. And actually, if you think about it, most of them are smaller than 10. That's because when I add two of those numbers together, I don't want to make a number that's going to be bigger than 20 because it won't fit on my tens frames. So maybe if you ask a grown-up if they could write some numbers for you. Now I'm just going to choose two of those numbers. So I'm going to choose the first two, 5 and 9, and I'm going to put them on my tens frame because this is going to help me add 5 and 9 together. I'm going to choose a blue pen first of all to draw 5 spots on my tens frame. So here we go. Ooh, it's hard to hold a camera as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Now my second number was 9. So I'm now going to draw 9 crosses, but I'm going to use a different colour to make it easier to see. So I think I'll choose green to do my crosses. So I'm going to draw 9 crosses now. I'm going to draw them straight underneath the dots that I've done already. I'm not going to leave any gaps. Ooh, I can't do this with one hand. 1. Ooh. 2. 3. 4. 5. I'm going to need to use my other bit of my tens frame. 6, 7, 8, 9. I hope you can see that. I'll probably need to check to make sure I've got 9 because that was a bit tricky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 green crosses. Now I'm going to write that on my whiteboard as an addition number sentence. So I'm going to write 5 add 9 equals. Now equals means what does that make all together? That's why we've used a tens frame, because if you have a look, I don't need to count the blue dots and the green crosses in that one because that one's full, and we know that there are 10 squares. That's why it's called a tens frame. So I can start at 10 and then just count the rest. So I've got 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 altogether. So that means that 5 add 9 must equal 14. Remember, numbers in the teens all start with a 1. Don't write 41 because it doesn't make 41. 5 add 9 makes 14. Right, that was quite easy. Now, in case you wanted to check, you could use a number track and start at 5 and jump on 9 numbers, remembering not to count the number that you're on, and hopefully you should land on 14. Shall we try one more? I'm going to have to rub out my dots and squares though first, dots and crosses. So I'll just put my camera, oops, sorry about this, bit wibbly wobbly. Right, I've got my tens frame nice and clean again. I'm going to choose 2 more numbers. So this time I'm going to choose 8 and 6. So on my tens frame, I'm going to draw 8 dots because that's my first number, 8. So I'm going to draw 8 dots on my tens frame. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Don't leave any gaps. Make sure you go one after the other. Fill in all the squares on your tens frame in order. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now my second number is 6. So I'm going to choose a different colour and I'm going to do crosses this time. I'm going to carry on where I left off and I'm going to draw 6 blue crosses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now my tens frame is going to help me work out what 8 add 6 makes. So I'm going to write the number sentence on my board. 8 add 6 equals, we know that there are 10 squares there and they're all filled in, so we don't need to count 10. We don't need to start and count all the way up to 10. We know it's 10. We just need to count the rest. So we're going to start at 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 again. 8 add 6 makes 14. Remember, numbers in the teens all start with a 1. 14 again. So if you wanted to check using a number track, you would start at the number 8 and jump on 6 squares, not counting the 8, the number that you're on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 14. Right, have a go yourself. Now you might need to ask a grown-up to choose some numbers for you because remember, we don't want to go over 20, otherwise you won't fit them in your tens frame. And if you want a really tricky challenge today, I've got another board over here with some numbers on it. And those are just random numbers, but you've got to choose 2 numbers from that bubble that make 14. Then choose 2 more that make 12. And then choose 2 more that make 19 when you add them together. So you've got 3 separate challenges to do there. Make 14, make 12, make 19. Use your tens frame and write your numbers as addition number sentences like those. Okay, I hope that's given you enough to do for today. Have fun and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.